Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to today's Talking Tech. Thank you for joining us. I'm Army veteran Dan Hunter with the Department of Veterans Affairs Office of Information and Technology, and your host for this series, Talking Tech. So wherever you are, take a seat, prop up your feet, enjoy today's discussion, and send out a tweet. Like, share, and comment throughout the show. We have an interview to do, so let's go. This monthly series gives VA technology experts an opportunity to share what they're doing to serve our nation's veterans. They'll discuss best practices, strategies, techniques, and best practices to help enhance the veteran experience. VA uses ones and zeros to help our nation's heroes. Today, we have one of those experts, a digital services expert. He is from the Office of the Chief Technology Officer. His name is Chris Johnston. Chris, can you tell us a little bit about what you do for the Department of Veterans Affairs and how you got here?
Sure. Hi, Dan. Thanks so much for having me here. It's great to talk to you and to all the folks out there. I am the Deputy Chief Technology Officer for Digital Experience. Basically, that means leading a bunch of great people who are trying to create digital experiences for veterans to help them find, apply for, and manage the benefits that VA provides for them. I've been here for about 5 years. I came through the U.S. Digital Service that is typically a term limited role, but the work is amazing and the people are even more amazing. And so I've decided to stay and keep doing this great work here.
Well, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do for veterans. I'm a veteran and I benefit from the hard work of you and your teams. Can you talk about some of the efforts that your teams are involved with?
Sure. We've got a great team here in the CTO's office focused on all areas of benefit delivery for veterans. So we've got teams focused on healthcare and health experience. We have teams focused on applying for and getting benefits and checking the status of those benefits. We have teams focused on the overall online experience, the content that you see, the websites that you go through, things like your profile and your dashboard and support. And of course, the thing you're here to talk about today is the mobile app, which is just about a year old now.
This app, it looks like it can help veterans in a lot of different ways. What is this app? And could you just give the name of the app and a little bit about what it does?
Sure. So it is officially called the VA Health and Benefits app. It is a native mobile app available on iOS and Android. It was built and designed with veterans, and then, of course, in partnership with a lot of offices here at VA and within OIT. And it's designed to be a single, secure platform that allow veterans to manage their services wherever they are, right in your pocket. It's a personalized experience for people to be able to do things like check the status of a claim or secure message a provider or find a facility or a facility's hours. And there's a number of capabilities, which I'm happy to show you when we get there.
Well, thanks for describing that. Can you show us? And first, before you show us, is this app free? Do veterans have to pay for this?
Of course, it's free. Veterans do not have to pay a thing. It is a free download. There's no in-app purchases. There's no micro credits or microtransactions. You download the app, you log in, and you're ready to go.
Awesome. If you could show us the app, and then you can tell us and talk a little bit more about what it does, how it provides services and benefits to veterans, and how veterans can stay connected.
Yeah, I would be happy to. Like they say, a picture tells a 1,000 words, and a demo is 1,000 pictures. So let's jump right in. I'm going to start the broadcast from my phone here. So I apologize if I am looking in two places at once. So what we're looking at here, I'm just going to show you how you can find it. This is on an iOS device. If you just do a search for VA, you'll see the first item there is the VA Health and Benefits app. I have it already installed, but you can download it if you don't. It gives you some screenshots and preview of everything that's going on. Once you have it downloaded, open up, it's going to ask you to log in, and I'm going to show you that screen. You can log in with any credential that you would typically use. Many people have DS Logon or My Healthy Vet. Those both work fine. We're starting to recommend people use login.gov or ID.me. Those are more secure, more modern credentials that have two-factor authentication and other secure mechanisms. And then once you log in, you'll get to the actual app, and I will show you that now. So I'm logged in here. This is the app in demonstration mode. So I can show you the full range of things that happen. So I sign in and I land on the home screen. And what we see here on the home screen are the key things that the app allows you to do, and then a few icons down below. And I'm going to start with a couple of small ones. One thing worth mentioning right away, once you've signed in for the first time, you can use biometrics on your phone, whether it be a thumbprint or face recognition, to sign in again. And that's surprisingly, one of the key things that people love about the app, because if you're doing something really quickly, like you're on your way to someplace and you want to check a message from your provider or you want to upload a document, you don't want to spend most of that time logging in. You want to just be able to be right in the app and do what you want to do. So some basic functions that are here, things like the Veterans Crisis Line, which is an incredible resource for veterans. That's right there on top. Or you can scroll to the bottom. Things like finding a VA location will take you to the facility locator, or contacting VA if you want to see, get phone numbers for how to call the VA. So those are some basic capabilities that are right there. I'm going to click first on the profile, and this is where you have some common functions that any app would have. And I'm going to go through some of these in a little bit of detail. First, at the top,
if I can pause you for a second. So this gives a veteran at a snapshot right there on that screen everything that they have in their profile, their benefits, personal information, I guess their military background, any of their banking information and things like that. That's all right there on that screen. That's on a phone.
That's exactly right. This is intended to reflect back to you the things that VA thinks that it knows about you, and to give you an opportunity to update or correct it if something is wrong or has changed. Wow. And so let's dive right into one of those, right? So you can see at the top, I am not Kimberly Washington. This is a demo mode, but Kimberly Washington is a U.S. Coast Guard veteran. She has a disability rating, which you'll see right on top here for a service-connected disability. And now I'm looking at personal information, right? So we have my date of birth, we have my mailing address. I might have a separate home address if it's different from my mailing address. My phone numbers, my email address, and all of these are editable in here, right? So I want to make sure that if VA needs to get in touch with me, they can do that. One of the things that's important to note is that changing this information will change it across most of the capabilities at VA, and that didn't used to be the case. It used to be if I went into, say, my health appointment and I changed my phone number there, it was only in that clinic that I was changing my phone number. Changing it here will change it, not absolutely everywhere, but most places, so that letters will be sent to the right place, and text messages will be sent to the right place, and phone calls will go to the right place. Some other common things in here, as you said, we can take a look at our military history. So this only has the one branch that Kimberly was in here at the U.S. Coast Guard. But if I served multiple tours, they would be in here. If I served in multiple branches, they would be in here. One of the things that we're looking to in the future is being able to add even more detail in this particular area, particularly relevant to the PACT Act, which was just recently signed, where you served has direct influence over what benefits you might get. And so we want to be able to reflect that back to you, make sure that we have all the locations that you serve to see if you might be eligible for those additional benefits. And then one other thing I won't show here, or I'll go in there, is direct deposit. So because I'm not actually authenticated as me, I can't edit that information here. But if I'm expecting money from VA, say for a disability compensation check or for my GI bill, that is where I could see and set or change where that check should go, the direct deposit to my bank account. And so I can do that right here on the app.
So that is secure with the authentication to get in, to do what you need to do, and make any changes, to view anything. That area is secure, like I would say double, triple locked, so to speak.
Yeah, I've double, triple locked is perfect. I love that. So yes, the answer is yes. So you touched on all of the things here. So the app is secure through modern login and credentialing, right? You need two-factor authentication to make sure that when you're verified, so you are you, and
Right.
two-factor authentication, it is you that is logging in. Then the app is entirely secure. So all information that gets secured is encrypted in transit to and from its destination. And then finally, the destination, these things are all coming from databases that are secure within VA's secure enclave, if you will, that can only be accessed through verified uh, secure requests.
Oh, thanks for that clarification.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people in general and veterans want to make sure that their information is secure, their private information is kept private, and it's properly authenticated as folks would turn the key to get into their information. So yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I appreciate that question. Diving through a little bit more, one of the things that people are really interested in if they've filed for a disability claim is seeing what their rating is. So you can see my combined rating here, and then you can see all the individual ratings that contribute to that and add up to that. Again, this demo user has a number of them. And then, of course, you'll notice that at the bottom of almost every page, there's information on how you can get help if you see something that is wrong or confusing or you think needs to be changed.
Mm-hmm. So if I may ask, if a new rating is obtained by a veteran, and not this veteran that is at 100%, but say it's someone else who has a lower rating, if once it is identified, does VA put that information into the mobile app where it can only be seen in the mobile app, or can it be seen on another website?
Yeah, great question. So the answer is both. You can see your rating information both here and on VA.gov, where you log in with the same information. On VA.gov, it exists in your profile and dashboard. You can see both completed claims and claims in progress. You can see your rating and you can see the details on that rating. Here, since you've asked, I'm going to jump into claims because that is one of the big things that people look at, for example. So I can come in and look at claims that I have filed, or in this case, that Kimberly has filed. I'll start with a closed claim, right? So this was a claim a while ago that was submitted. I can go here and I can look at the details of this claim. This shows me what the decision was. Overall status. This is one of the most used features is claim status. And then I can look at the details to see what that claim was for. Also, I can go back and look at active claims, and this shows me open claims, and I can see the status of those claims as well. So for example, I'll click on this second one here. This is a claim that was received in this demo from last year, and this is telling me that I have 3 requests from VA for additional files. And so when that happens, I would get a push notification on the app that says VA has received your claim and needs additional information. And I click on that push notification and I'm brought right to here. And so now I can see, all right, review file request. Oh, I need to upload a file. Well, let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click on this request. It's telling me that I need to upload information about my dental disability. So I'm going to take a photo, and take or select photos. I'm going to use my camera, and I'll come over here, and I will upload my document. That's a very official document. So now I've uploaded my document, and I can use that photo and submit it directly to my file. Right. So this is, yeah, go ahead.
You or a veteran can use their phone to upload documents. I do remember, and I know other veterans may remember, that to submit documents to VA, you can mail them, you can fax, or walk that information in. But with a telephone, no matter where that individual is, they can take a picture of the document and upload those documents into or for the VA.
It is a whole new world, Dan. You can do it from wherever you are. You can do it from the amusement park with your kids.
Wow.
You can do it from the bathroom if that's where you spend all of your time. And you can see here all the different things that you can update. You can upload your DD-214, your buddy statement, your various doctor exams, your military personal record, whatever it is that VA thinks that they need, you can do it directly in the app. I'm not going to upload this file because I don't think that is really that official a document, but you get the basic idea on how that works.
So in the long and what that does, that saves the veteran a lot of time, a lot of traveling back and forth, a
A lot of
cost,
hassle.
a
Yeah.
lot of hassle, a lot of there's hurry up and wait, but then that hurry up wait time is shorter, I take it, with using this mobile app, using this
Right. And
process.
so the great thing is that document gets uploaded to a specific claim for a specific request with a specific kind of document, and that goes directly into your file. So there's no room for error on either the part of a user who might have filled out the wrong form when they sent in the document, or on the part of the adjuster who's looking at that and might have misfiled it. It's all done automatically. And so what we found is when people are filing online and submitting documents online and additional evidence online, the whole process goes a whole lot faster.
So let me make sure I understand what you just said. The adjuster on the other side, he or she doesn't have to, number one, open an envelope, go to a fax machine to get the document. The document is digital and it's already in a person's file. So all that adjuster has to do is open the claim, open that file, and they can
open the
see
file,
everything.
Look at the document. Does the document meet the request? Great. I can now move on with my decision processing.
Wow, things have come a long way.
Yeah, well, whole new world. Let me show a couple other things, and then I'll jump into some help. So one of the things that I've noticed users looking at a lot is this letters feature. So letters is a thing that VA does, for a variety of reasons. They send you a letter. The app allows you to generate your own letter. And the most common one is this benefit service letter, right? So for a lot of reasons, you might need to demonstrate to somebody that you are getting benefits. So I can go into the app, go into the letters, click on benefit summary and service, and then I can choose what information I want in here, right? So this will all be there, my military information. I can choose whether or not I want to include that in the letter. It shows me my monthly payment. I can choose if I want that in the letter. It shows me my rating. It shows me whether or not PNT. It shows me if there's service-connected disabilities, if I have one or more. Once I decide all that, I click review letter, and it actually shows me a copy of the letter.
Wow.
And from here, I can save it to my phone. I can email it. I can text it. I can print it if I'm connected to a printer. So I don't have to wait for actual mail to come through.
Unbelievable. So in response to, say, for example, veteran going to the DMV or where they need to go, they have to show that they were in the service. Well, that veteran, while they are in line or sitting and waiting at the DMV, they can, within minutes, use their phone, pull up the letter, and at least be able to show the letter, and probably even electronically transmit the letter to wherever it needs to go.
That's exactly right. All right, the DMV is a great example for that. That's a perfect use case. Right? I lost my letter. I forgot to bring it with me. Well, I can show it right here. I can email it to you right here. One more thing I'll show, since we've been talking about claims and money, is the payments feature, where I can see the payments that I've received over time. These are, again, demo accounts, so these are a little bit dated, but I can see what it was paid for. I can go and look at some details, when it was paid, the amount it was paid, the reason it was paid, which account it went to, how it was deposited. So this is a way for veterans to keep track of the payments that they've received from VA, and maybe if they think they're missing one, if the amount was wrong, they've got proof of what that was. One of the things that we're working on is being able to send a notification when a payment is expected, so that they can be like, take some comfort in knowing that a payment is on the way. And then finally, let me jump into one more thing around healthcare, right? And this is Really not the crux. One of the key things about the app is that it is an app for VA. It's not an app for health or an app for benefits or an app for education or an app for disability. It's an app for VA. It's the key things that you have going on at VA, the very common transactions, the transactions that you need to do repeatedly, the transactions that you want quick access to. So you can see we saw some stuff around education, we saw some stuff around disability, we saw some stuff around overall benefits letters, we saw contact information, we saw military information. What we also have is health information. So I can go into the health tab and I can see, for example, the appointments that I have upcoming, right? So I've got a couple of confirmed appointments coming up. Apparently 6 weeks ago, I missed those. If I wanted to, I could cancel these appointments. Here's ones that I canceled. Down here, these are showing me appointments that I've requested, but I haven't actually been scheduled yet. So I know that somebody in the clinic is supposed to be scheduling me an optometry appointment. So I can wait for that to come through. And then, of course, if I no longer need that appointment, I can go in here and I can cancel that request as well, and then it'll drop out of here.
Okay. Hey, something I forgot to ask is, does this information mirror or look like the same information a veteran may find on VA.gov?
Yeah,
Healthy Vet.
Great question. So I am being involved with the digital experience. I'm involved with all of those products: My Healthy Vet, VA.gov, eBenefits, the mobile app, a handful of others. And the idea here is that all of these are all based on a single source of truth, and they are modified for the form factor that somebody is using. So exactly right. If I go to My Healthy Vet and I look at my appointments list, it'll be the same appointments list. On VA.gov, there's a tool for actually requesting or scheduling an online appointment. That is coming to the mobile app soon, and that will be not the exact same user interface, because they're website versus an app is going to be a little bit different, but it's the same capabilities. If you could schedule online, you'd be able to schedule on the mobile app as well. And that's exactly right. And that holds true also for things like secure messaging. So this is one of the most used features on My Healthy Vet, where veterans are communicating with their providers. Sometimes it's about needing a prescription renewal. Sometimes it's about checking on an appointment. Sometimes it's follow up on a visit or pre-questions for a visit. So all of that is in here as well, right? And so I can see all of the messages that I've had with my care team. I can create folders if I want to, and archive some of those. And so again, on the phone is a place where people want to do this. Oh, I got a message from my provider. You'll get a push message in the app that says you have a new message from your provider. So if I'm out and about, take out the phone, click on the message, see what the provider said. Okay, we've got your prescription information. Renewal will be available in X amount of time. Great. Now I know that I don't have to worry about it anymore. And then one last thing I'll just show, since we're looking here at health, recent feature that we added was around vaccines. A lot of times you need to have access to records that you've had for various medications and vaccines. So I've got my, my flu vaccine, my COVID vaccine, pneumonia vaccine, whatever I've taken is shown in here as well. So again, in your pocket, all the things that you need to know about your health experience with VA.
Wow. So you and your team have brought this a long way.
Sure did.
No more walking into the office all the time, walking into a VA facility to update documents. No more faxes, and you hope they made it to point B, and whoever picked up that document put it in the right place and walk that through. This eliminates a lot of potential error, and it facilitates a faster process, it looks like.
That's exactly right. Want to make it as easy as possible for veterans to engage with VA wherever they are and whenever they need.
So with this app, is it, you mentioned it's free and veterans are using it. Do you know how many veterans have started to use this app?
Yeah, we've had a little bit over 800,000 downloads, maybe 835,000 downloads so far in about the year that it's been out. We haven't done a ton of promotion. It's a style of software development that we do where we like to get things out, have them in front of users, get feedback from those users, make incremental changes and improvements over time before talking about the thing. I find it's much better to talk about a thing that's successful than talk about a thing and maybe it not be as successful as you had hoped. And so we're just starting now to do a little bit more promotion since I wouldn't say it's done and totally complete. There's a lot more things that we want to add, but it is very, very useful across a number of capabilities for veterans today.
Wow. 800,000 veterans have started to use this app. And over what time period? When did this become available? And uh, do you notice even more of an increase now, or do you anticipate a greater increase in time?
All of the above. I think the first version of the app shipped very quietly last summer. It was at the end of July in 2021, I want to say. Um, there was no promotion at all. It was very, very quiet. It started honestly with a lot of users like you, Dan, who are VA employees and veterans at the same time. And so those are some of our best users because you are uh, very happy to give us direct feedback, and we appreciate that feedback. And we've seen some spikes in growth with a handful of things. There's been some promotions, some new newsletters that have gone out that have increased usage. Things like the PACT Act legislation that recently was signed have increased usage. Once some of the PACT Act legislation starts being activated and processed here at VA, we expect there to be a lot more usage as well.
Because I appreciate you mentioned getting feedback from veterans because they aren't shy. They aren't shy individuals. They do provide a loud voice at times. So no, we greatly appreciate you taking that feedback and including that into the future versions of this application. Now, with that, how you mentioned it's been about a year. What do you see going into the future? Uh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you to put your future vision eyes on, different set of
gotta well.
glasses, and look out. What does this app look like 3 years from
So
now?
that's a great question, and I appreciate you commenting on the feedback for veterans because that's a thing worth emphasizing. All of the work that we do in the office of the CTO is done with a process frequently referred to as human-centered design. What that means is we design with our users, not for our users. We don't sit in a conference room and say, I think people might like this. We go and we meet individually with users and say, if this was a problem you're trying to solve, is this a way that you would solve it? And we just listen to their feedback. I don't understand this at all. Why is this button over here? What does this word mean? And we change the things that we build based directly on that feedback. We do tons of that. And we're going to continue doing that because there's a lot more to do. I already mentioned a few things that are coming, like the ability to request appointments and schedule appointments directly. We'll be able to do things like renew prescriptions and refill prescriptions. That'll be coming soon. With the PACT Act, I imagine there will be a handful of things around military history, like I said, being able to upload additional evidence to restart claims around conditions that happen there. I think what we're seeing today is on VA websites, not on mobile apps, not on the mobile app. Almost 50% of users to VA websites are viewing the website on a mobile app. And so we see 13 million people a month on VA websites. So that's 7.5 million people a month are using a mobile device. And those people could very easily be benefiting from using the mobile app. We want to make sure that we're building things to meet all of their needs.
So you mentioned 13 million veterans are accessing VA, but about 7.5 million are using the mobile app, if I
My math was
understand it,
terrible. That's 6.5 million if I
or
were to
six
fix
and a
my
half
math there.
million. So out of that 6.5 million, and you anticipate a spike with the PACT Act.
Contact, yeah.
Wow, VA's come a long way, and I'd say in the grand scheme, a short period of time. We all of us veterans greatly appreciate what you're doing as you're making the veterans experience more and more. It's making it easier to use, making it more efficient, making it more effective, and compressing a lot of timelines where things used to take a lot longer. So thank you so much for doing what you do. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know you have a lot going on with all the various projects that you're working with. So on behalf of our team, we greatly appreciate you, and we look forward to speaking with you a little later as you provide some additional updates.
You bet, Dan. Thank you so much. The work has been great. It's never done. There's a lot more to go, and we will keep going. Thank you for having me.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris Johnston, Department of Veterans Affairs. Thank you so much for your time. VA, where we consistently work hard. We work very hard to take care of our veterans. Thank you so much for doing what you do.